Well, in this segment, we are going to spend about 30 minutes to talk about the conflict resolution. I want to first address to Mr. Garcetti. I really appreciate that early on you disclosed about the personal experience, especially about your son who dates an Asian American woman. And I sometimes wonder, would that make it much easier, the multicultural, if there's an interracial relationship? You know, people try to understand and accept. At this point, I'd like to come back to your professional. I'm curious about what kind of resource within the district attorney office that promotes the conflict resolution.
There are various parts of our office. As I said, it's a very large office. There are over 3,700 employees in the district attorney's office in Los Angeles. We have what we call somewhat of a conflict resolution situation involving adults, not young people, juveniles. If in fact, let's say there's neighbors who are not getting along, and they don't seem to understand that for example, in the Persian or the Philippine community, when they have a dinner, it doesn't begin at 6 o'clock in the evening. It begins 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And maybe they party long into the night, just having a good time, nothing wrong. And so there's loud noise and music, and so they're filing complaints, and the police come, and the police say, you're making too much noise. Rather than prosecute, they may refer both sides to our office, and we'll sit down with them and said, well, let's talk about this. You have to understand that from where they come from, when they have a party, it doesn't start at 6 or 7 o'clock. It may start later. So how can we accommodate one another? And it works very well. So that's one tiny example. The most, I guess, common example, however, if you're really talking about problems that my office sees, involves crimes. And now let's go back to hate crimes, if I might. We have the authority to prosecute anytime the evidence establishes, one, that a crime was committed, and two, that a particular individual is responsible for that crime. Let's say that we have a youngster who has been going to a neighbor. The neighbor's house, black people there. The youngster is a white boy, and he is writing graffiti, racial slurs, let's say. That's all he is. Say that he is 14 years of age. He has committed a crime, vandalism, the graffiti. Now, we can say we're not going to do anything, or what most likely we're going to say, we will start the criminal charges against him. The parents must come in, work with us, and then we want the court, said we want you to find this youngster guilty of the vandalism, but let us work with him through the probation department, so that this youngster can learn, again, the tolerance that is necessary. What is it about the black people that you didn't like? Maybe you didn't understand it. So we must work within that framework.